What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. Today, we got a little video for you guys. We're going to be recapping UFC 286 really quickly and then talking about this weekend's card. So, let's start off with over the weekend. People have talked about it enough. We're going to make this really quick. We'll just talk about the top two fights. Let's start with the Gaethje and Fiziev fight. What did you guys think about the fight?
Crazy fight. I found it very entertaining. The violence was there. The striking was elite from both sides, in my opinion. Viziev was throwing some vicious knees, like in the first round, I think. That I was really impressed with. Gaethje, showing some takedowns in his arsenal. I was very surprised he went for takedowns. Overall, good fight. I'm not mad by the decision, but I could see Viziev might have won that fight. But it was a very close fight.
For me personally, I thought that was exactly kind of what I expected, except for maybe I did not really expect him to tire out as much as he did in round three. Maybe that was because of the leg kicks. Maybe he was just getting pieced up a little bit. I don't know. But he definitely slowed down and let Gaethje. I mean, I don't want to say take over because that's not what I saw, but win down the stretch. You know what I mean? Get the better of him down the stretch. Busted him up. I don't know how much damage should be a criteria when it's just cuts and shit, because sometimes fighters just bust open easier than others, and
That's a good point.
I feel like that just be skewing someone's nose getting busted, or a cut putting over the eye can make the whole fight look way bloodier than it actually is, or way more damaging than it actually is. So, but Fiziev impressed me in rounds 1 and 2 with the body kick. He was kind of piecing Gaethje up, to be honest. But hey, shout out to Gaethje for fucking finally getting a takedown, that elusive takedown, man. I kind of needed to see his wrestling. Not overall super impressed, but you could tell Fiziev was not expecting that shit. So glad he got one.
Yeah. I don't know. Justin kind of made me look. I feel like a lot of people look stupid for picking against him. If you look at his resume, his losses are only against former champions.
Hey, he was on the parlay for me.
He was.
But there.
For Gaethje, I've heard things like Poirier's next. They're gonna run the rematch. Do you think that's the fight they make?
I mean, honestly, I think that what I've heard is that he's gonna fight probably the loser of Oliveira Dariush. He said that he wants the Oliveira fight back, and he thinks that Dariush wins that fight. So, but I think that he fights the loser of that fight, and then maybe that might springboard him to the next title shot after that. He might get one. I know this might be his last title shot, boys.
Yeah, he
would lose to Oliveira again. It all would be the same. There's no difference in that fight that I would see. Also,
what about?
By the way, let me just talk about something. How is Oliveira the underdog to Dariush? That's crazy, right?
It's a little shocking.
It's
not that crazy, bro. It's not that crazy.
He was just a champ.
I know, but he rattled them shits off.
He lost. Beneil Dariush is not Makachev.
But I think that Dariush probably has the striking advantage, the better chin, and the defensive grappling to at least not get submitted that easily.
The scrambles also, yeah.
The scrambles, man. Dariush with the scrambles.
Hey, y'all picking Dariush already. I see how it is.
I am. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, man, I'm sorry, bro, but I'm sorry. I've just seen Oliveira.
You might walk through him in 10 seconds.
Too much on his dirty man shit.
All right,
dirty man. He won 12 straight fights.
I know he hit a good little stride, but how many has Dariush won, man? Dariush is a dog out here.
No, I feel like Dariush is very underrated, and
he's been the dark horse.
I mean, he should have gotten the title shot right now, right?
Yeah,
I agree, but I think that the UFC does not want Dariush to have that bitch because he's not marketable. Honestly,
he's not marketable whatsoever.
They know Oliveira's gonna take him out.
They're praying for someone to take him out because Fuck. Darius as champ would not sell pay-per-views. I'm not gonna lie.
But anyways, I feel like this is the last little wave we're seeing from fighters like Poirier and Gaethje. Like they have one more shot at the title, and then I think it's wraps for them. But all right, really quickly, what do you guys think about this fight for Fiziev? Fiziev versus Jalen Turner next. That'd be a crazy fight. That'd be such a sick fight.
That would. I don't know how Turner would handle the speed in that fight. The power I would give to him, but I don't know how he would handle the speed, honestly.
He's got the length, but I feel like if Fiziev stays safe and avoids the bomb, like he probably just chops him up over 3 rounds, especially.
Or you could do Fiziev versus Gamrot.
Fiziev, I think, easily, in my opinion. From what I've seen at this point from Gamrot, yeah, I think easily.
Okay. All right, well, let's move on to the main event of the evening. Leon Edwards defeats Kamaru Usman by majority decision. It was an interesting fight, a bit of a cheating from Leon, but we take those. It's all good. Shameless dub.
Shameless
dub.
It changed the whole fight,
that Finn's grab changed the whole complexion of the fight. Like we all know it. If Usman gets that top pressure, like he probably saps Leon's gas tank way more than he did, and then whole different fight the rest of the way.
I don't think it changed the fight a ton. It changed the outcome of how that round was gonna go.
It changed the round, yeah.
And it definitely
I think that no, you guys are discounting the fact that like
no, because okay. If he gets the takedown, like who knows what he's gonna do down there? It could have just smashed him apart and everything. But it doesn't mean Leon couldn't have gone back up because we saw him get taken down later on in the fight and got back up. So
But what I will say is like when you're fighting someone like Usman, I feel like it's very important that like especially in like a quote unquote like wrestler versus striker like traditional matchup, if the wrestler secures early top control, it usually taps the striker's gas tank a lot more and like mentally tells Kamaru Usman like this is a working path to victory. You know what I mean? Because I didn't think personally Kamaru Usman mucked it up enough personally for my liking. Maybe he was injured, maybe I don't know, but like he was not clinching enough, not like forcing him against the cage, not doing Usman shit. Like, you know, he kind of just chased him around for large portions of the fight and got like leg kicked and shit. So I think that takedown and top control would have been huge. And I think
I was gonna say, as much as I'm a fan of Edwards, I'm not gonna lie, Usman definitely looked not like Usman. Something was up. Clark was saying when we were watching, you know, he's coming in with hella injuries. He's probably hurt. I think Leon's game plan with the kicks was really smart, attacking the body and legs a lot. I want to see definitely in the future more boxing from Leon, but I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like Usman did look slightly like compromised. I don't know if that's the right word, but he looked off.
As much as I respect Leon, I'm not gonna lie. Something's telling me we're gonna have a short reign when Chaos Kobe like gets in that this. I'm not gonna lie.
I would agree with that, but like this fight gave me confidence that like, listen, I think Edwards' piece is Colby on the feet, and like Usman is a better wrestler than Colby. But
is he as relentless though with the strikes? Like Leon be tiring.
Okay.
Like, let's not lie about that shit.
This is what I'm gonna say. Like Leon, he impressed me for sure, and like had a smart game plan, but was not aggressive enough. And like, I feel like Colby Covington is 100% gonna be on him the whole time, unlike Usman was. Now Leon can get him with a lot of good shots of him coming in, but he's gonna have to, you know, see that all 5 rounds.
And we've seen Colby been dropped multiple times, so
yeah, no, it's possible. It's just it like Edwards wasn't like aggressive at times when he had Usman hurt, and I would have liked him to have been more aggressive.
Yeah, I agree.
So he didn't like throw enough with his hands, honestly.
I agree.
I would love to see a little more of that.
So before we move on to the fight night this weekend,
either way. He was impressive either way. I don't think he lost the fight.
Yeah.
And most I thought was a draw.
Which you have to give to the champion anyway, I would say. But
Mhm.
I say you have to give those close fights to the champion. I've always stuck by that rule because
Yeah.
to be the beat the champ, and like Usman did not beat the champ. I'm not gonna say that.
Well, no, it was just
Did he
'cause
lose per se?
it was just because of that
Debatable,
point
but
deduction.
like
It was by the point deduction. That's all. But I thought Leon won 3 rounds for sure.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the controversy about Colby getting this next title shot? A lot of people are saying it's really undeserved. In my opinion, welterweight right now, there's not one clear-cut contender. I need to see these guys fight each other. What do you guys think should be the number one contender, like in your eyes?
I mean, personally, like I'm overall not the biggest fan of like people waiting and sitting out fights and then getting title shots. But at the same time, to be fair, how many times have we seen it? Like Tony Ferguson, a prime example of like you give like an up and coming contender like a shot at your ranking spot just to stay active, and then you fucking lose, and then like your title aspirations are fucked. So like from that standpoint, also Kobe deserves credit for training and being the alternate fight. I think we're starting to see like that be rewarded. Like if you are the backup fighter, because like you have to think about it, like what you have to incentivize someone to be a backup fighter. Like that's a fat risk. Like you're going in there, you don't know against who necessarily. Like you're still making weight, you're still training for like what opponent specifically. You don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot to ask somebody. So like I feel like the promise of like if no one pulls out, like you'll get the next title shot is a good way to like ensure people will actually sign up to be backup fighters. And I think that that's what the UFC is like starting to set that as the precedent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I 100% agree. A lot of people are really riding for their boy Bilal Muhammad. Like he's specifically the guy. Like everyone said, he deserves it. In my opinion, he needs one like top 5 win for me to know that he's legit. I don't understand why everyone's on like his dick.
And to me personally, he will not get that fucking win because who is he beating? Like, oh, Vicente Luque started this bullshit by losing to this bum. Like, what the fuck? Is he from Chicago? Bilal's from Chicago, no?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he also went to UFC. So.
Oh, that's fun. It's like everything. Like, I love my wrestlers. I love Chicago. I love U of I, and I just cannot fuck with Bilal, bro. Like, I just can't fuck with him. I pick a time, dude. I can't fuck with him. Like anyone who can wrestle like a smidget will beat his ass on the feed.
You know what the fucked up thing is? He's gonna be the sacrificial lamb for Rahmanov probably, and we're never gonna hear from Bilal Muhammad again.
We're gonna hear Bilal like 185 very soon. I swear.
Paul talks too much. I just
that too, bro. He talks so much shit for being like really not that exciting. I don't know.
Boring as fuck. And like I love a good nut hugger, like when I'm betting on them and shit. But it's just like I cannot support Bilal, bro. Like pillow hands Bilal. Like I don't even know. Like Vicente Luque, I blame him for like train, bro. Starting this train.
yeah. He doesn't even have to find it.
All right, though. That's enough about UFC 286. Let's move on to this weekend, boys. Vera versus Sandhagen. Super excited for this card. This division is absolutely on fire. Let's just look at the main card because the prelims are actually pretty bad. Anything you guys want to talk about before we get into the big fights?
I mean, I fuck with Manuel Cape. Interesting.
Yeah, he's good.
Again, a chance to move to number 6 at flyweight. So I mean, I feel like he gets this fight. Good climb for him. I feel like he's rounding into shape as a dark horse, maybe potentially, but I don't think that Perez has what it takes to show me what I really need to see to like determine if he's like actually a contender or not. So like a nice little rise up the rankings fight for Cape. I feel like his fight to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Perez has one fight since the Figueiredo fight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that fight. And also, it's nice to see some contenders here.
He had one fight in between that, so I think Cape should win it just based on activity, overall skills as well, honestly. He's
Okay.
a better fighter.
Look at this weight disparity. This weight disparity right here.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
was that?
They got that. They got fucking Alex Perez's fight weight and Cape's like actual fight weight, like when he's in the cage. Like, I don't know what they got going with that.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
yeah, this is a super shallow division. Hopefully, one of them shows out. Like, I need to see some contenders from Moreno.
Actuals.
All right, let's move up. Anything else, boys, before we get into the Cohen main event?
It's Holly Holm fight at this point, but unless Clark wants to touch on one of these other ones.
Andrew Lee, Macy Barber, interesting ish. Up and coming, or Macy Barber's an up and coming fighter. She should probably win because she has momentum. Better striker than Andrea Lee. Probably a little bigger than Andrea Lee too. But Andrea Lee's pretty good on the ground.
Definitely bigger. Definitely bigger. Macy Barber kind of a big flyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea Lee's pretty good off her back though, so it's kind of an interesting matchup.
Who did it though? Barber?
Take Barber.
I would take Barber
I think so too.
just because of momentum and
Youth.
yeah, youth as well.
All right, let's quickly talk about this co-main event, which I feel like we have to because it's the co-main. Holly Holm was 41, I believe, but still, I think this is like a really easy fight for her.
And they're both 14-6.
That's kind of
I
crazy.
mean, I feel like this is a litmus test for Holly Holm. Like, are you washed or not? You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those like any normal version of Holly Holm would most likely win this fight. So like, if she loses, and especially if she like has a bad showing, I'm just gonna say she's washed.
And she should probably retire. She's 41.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I think she's past her heyday here. I mean, I think she will win the fight. Because, I mean, I feel like every time I've seen Yana Santos fight, she's lost. So,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
you
anyways.
like, and who knocked her out? Irene Aldana,
Yeah.
right? And Holly Holm knocked her out. I mean, that was a few years ago now, but for using that logic, I feel like.
Oh, and I forgot. Santos beat someone who beat Holly also. I forgot who.
Oh,
But
it's
still,
Sierra. But some people said Holmes won that fight.
Okay. All right, though. Let's move on to the real show, boys. This fight, I am so damn excited for this fight. This, like I said, this division is absolutely stacked. Two of probably the most violent fighters in the division. Who you guys rocking with and why?
Well, let me check out the odds real quick. Where they got the odds at for this fight?
And Hagen the favorite.
I ain't gonna slave. I'm taking that plus money.
I mean, that's fine. Take it.
I know Clarky is rocking with his boy, man.
Yeah.
The Sandman.
Going with
Sandman.
Corey Sandhagen. I just feel like nothing against Cheeto. I actually like the way he fights, except for he is the slowest starter. He let Dominic Cruz get 2-0 on him in his last fight. You cannot do that with Corey Sandhagen. You will lose the fight.
Corey Sandhagen's liable.
He's also durable, so I don't really like see Vera knocking him out.
I also don't see Corey knocking Cheeto out, though.
Stun him. No, I don't see it either. I can see him cutting him up.
5-round decision, maybe like 1 round to 4 for Sandhagen.
Yeah.
Sandhagen somehow like became washed overnight, or has like some injury that like hinders his movement. I don't know, man. I just don't. Outside of like the Sean O'Malley fight, which like I know I don't want to call it a fluke and disrespect what he did, but I just feel like it was kind of fluky, man. And I feel like besides that, like who has Vera fought that like is Sandhagen's caliber and beat, you know?
That's a good point. I never really thought of that because, like, honestly, the reason I'm so high on Cheeto is like, dude, he destroys his opponents. Like he is really violent. He fucks people up. Like you see their faces after they fight this dude, or he gets nasty knockouts. But that is a good point. He is like, what's his best win?
Probably
Mm,
I mean Rob Font,
Bruce.
yeah,
Dominic
rough.
Cruz, one of those
But
two.
yeah, like so Sandhagen has been in there with Pewter Jan, with TJ
I don't know.
Dillashaw. So
Yeah, I
TJ
mean
Dillashaw. Fuck you, man.
he beat Dillashaw.
he did. Oh, yeah, he did. But
You know,
Lost, but
Eddie Clark. I don't
yeah,
know, man.
if we're
score,
counting damage,
The,
scorecard said otherwise.
the EPO was coursing through his veins, man. I swear, like Bane. Fuck you mean?
I'm dead.
Both of these fighters absolutely destroyed Frankie Edgar.
Actually crazy, like back to back, I believe, right?
um,
It's a tough draw. Those were some tough draws for Frankie, man. Fuck.
all right, like I said, guys, this fight can pretty much go either way. Both really valid contenders. I think I think it probably will go all 5 rounds. But what do you think is next for the winner of this fight and the division in general? Because it's pretty clogged at the top.
I think that what's next is contingent on like what happens at the top of the division. For me personally, I think it's no secret that like the UFC would like Sugar Sean O'Malley to like break through and become champion. I feel like that's where the most money is, pay-per-view wise. It's what the people kind of want to see. Obviously, like Marab's a fucking animal up there, and who knows if O'Malley can survive that onslaught. But for now, I think that O'Malley should get the title shot, like the next title shot, and I feel like um either way that goes, I can see Cheeto fighting O'Malley next, especially like if they both win or if they both lose. If they both win, title shot for Cheeto Vera. If they both lose, losers bracket, top of the division, like fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I was gonna say, Cheeto would be O'Malley's like perfect first title defense if he were to win the belt. But the issue with that is you're leaving Marab out. Clark, who do you think gets the winner of Cejudo and Aljo?
I would take. Man, I don't even know anymore.
That's tough.
I feel like Cejudo has the skills to win that fight, but I'm worried about the 3 years off. But John Jones looks so good, so it's like, and he's a go wrestler for sure. I'll just take Cejudo, just because.
Who do you think?
But
Um,
it's a
who do
weird.
you think the winner of that fight gets? Like, who's the first title defense for whoever wins that?
If Cejudo wins, I would assume Marab, because he's calling for Marab as a backup.
Okay.
So, and that would
And if
be a very interesting fight.
Aljo
Outside
wins,
Udo, who is stopping that man Mariah, bro? Who is stopping him? Like, can we talk about that for a second? Like, Mariah, goddamn animal. Like, I
Cejudo might,
I can see like if against Cejudo,
yeah.
the takedowns just aren't efficient. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't get any type shit, and it becomes a long-winded striking battle. But like outside of Cejudo, like who has the wrestling to and the cardio to stop this man for 5 rounds? Like,
you would need someone like Sandhagen or
Sandhagen.
Sandhagen, O'Malley, or Cheeto to knock him out.
I feel like Sandhagen's better at takedown defense than O'Malley.
I feel like Sanhagen's lanky ass would get like chopped up by fucking Marab. From what I saw happen to Piotr Jan, unless Piotr Jan is just washed, but like I don't think that's the case. So
Yeah, I mean,
made that man look like amateur, bro. Like he didn't even know what to do out there. Like fucking him up. Like to my
That was crazy.
ooh, Marab.
Marab was fucking up Jan, and I just feel like I just can't see anybody outside of like a heavy wrestler or a knockout. Like, who's beating him in a 5 round decision? Like, fuck, bro. That's a crazy pace.
To be fair, Sandhagen's movement is different. You're gonna have to catch him. Like Jan does not have good movement. Like he kind of just stands there.
He
Yeah, he
shows
does
up.
that.
Hey, and
Yeah,
he shows up like
the peekaboo shit.
kind of an easy like in that sense, he's an easy target. Like Sandhagen's gonna be moving around, so it's not gonna be as easy for Marab to just shoot on him.
I think O'Malley would too, honestly.
Yeah, no, as well.
Yeah, but like I said, is this the most stacked division right now?
Easily,
Easily, okay.
top to bottom.
Stacked? Most stacked? I don't know, man.
Where else?
I mean, what? It's this.
Lightweight is like killers all throughout that motherfucking division. Like, what is Turner like ranked 8th or some shit? Like,
He
think
is
so.
lower, I think. He's like 10.
like
See these
who
rankings.
is like? Okay, wait, here we go.
Let me go to lightweight.
Martin Nurmagomedov's at 11.
That's true.
How the fuck is Dos Anjos ahead of Jalen Turner, man?
That'd be it.
That's what I mean. They have some like old dudes in here, kind of. It's like there's definitely good talent coming up, but like Moicano's okay, but like I don't think he's at the same level as all those guys. Like unlike this division where I could see a lot of those guys except for like Munoz and that's it.
Yeah, even Simone. I want to see more from him.
Yeah.
Ricky
Ricky's
Simone's he's an abs. Wait, did he just drop because other people rose up? Because like,
no idea. Yeah,
did he not
probably.
win his last fight. I thought he won his last fight like pretty
Yeah,
good.
he beat Jack Shore.
No, he won.
On a while though, so
Why don't they have a 15th guy? That's weird.
what the heck?
Proof is not the deepest division, man. Fuck
I
it.
guess not. What's the worst division, excluding the female ones? Because it's obviously
Featherweight.
look at featherweight. There's no ranking. There's no one here.
Women's featherweight is terrible.
It's just Amanda. All right, what's the worst men's division?
Uh,
Oh wait, go down real quick.
it might be.
It might be flyweight or fucking
Yeah, it might be
flyweight or
maybe middleweight. I'm not gonna. Middleweight's gotten better.
No, it's a little stagnant.
Oh, honestly,
Dude,
light heavyweight.
Anthony Smith 5. Anthony Smith 5. Like
Yeah,
fucking
light
7.
heavyweight or flyweight for me.
Johnny Walker 7 is crazy. Like that division is kind of buns. Except
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Smith versus Walker, bro. That's the fight to make.
Oh, no, this division's actually bad. Like
It is.
I'm telling you,
Dominic Reyes still ranked. Like, come on.
the top four, the top four / Jamal Hill are the only good fighters in this
Yeah.
division.
It falls off pretty hard.
Even Jan's kind of sketchy, but like
Damn.
he's a little. Sometimes like he doesn't look as good. Sometimes I don't know.
Boys, random question, kind of off topic, but like, do you think that Pereira can go up right now and beat Jamal Hill?
Hey,
Yeah.
He could.
it's a kick. If it's a kickboxing type style fight, yes, he will win that every
Because
time.
Pereira is a big ass dude, bro. He's big as fuck.
But I mean, you think that what else does Jamal Hill do to him? Like take him down type shit? Like
What do
you
you
said
take down?
that fight, but I'm just saying, like, how else would you see that fight going?
I just see it going on the feet and Pereira just landing the shot. I mean, maybe Jamal Hill can. Well, Jamal Hill could probably sleep him too. So I think it could be a quick fight, if anything. Like, I kind of see like either way.
Inside 3 rounds. Inside 3 rounds.
Yeah. That'd be a sick fight.
That'd be a good fight.
All right.
I think Pereira can win that fight.
Is that it?
And also, like, I want to comment on like UFC having fight cards every weekend. Like, listen, in terms of main events, it's cool because think about it. We had Edwards Usman. This week we have Cheeto and Sandhagen. Then we have, I think, Izzy and Pereira, and then we have Holloway and who's Holloway fighting?
Arnold
Arnold
Allen.
Allen. So yeah, like the main events are usually sick, but besides pay-per-view, like these undercards for fight nights are terrible.
Pretty much, man. Honestly, the UFC just wants to like save all the good fights for pay-per-view cards, honestly.
I mean, I guess I'm cool with.
Yeah.
Spread the love, man. Spread the love for the frees, like for the free 99.
Yeah,
Like,
for the freebies, even though we illegally stream everything.
I'm gonna stream that shit anyway, but like, come on, man. Dana, hey, if you heard that, I did not say that shit.
No, we're joking, bro.
I pay for every pay-per-view.
Yes. All right, though, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We have plenty of new content in the future. We're going to start doing stuff besides just looking over cards. We're still going to do that, but we want to expand our content a little more. Make sure to look out for those videos. We're going to make a TikTok soon. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll catch you guys.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.